The change in our weather is giving road crews a chance to clear some of the remaining mess, but drivers still had a hard time getting to where they needed to be this morning.
Action News reporter Bill Proctor has the details from Southfield.
Let's hope so. On the first official day of winter, we have snow and cold and blustery conditions. Meteorologist Jeremy Eisen has details on our forecast. Thanks, Jeremy. The below freezing temperatures are not helping when it comes to keeping the roads from getting slick. Action News reporter Peggy Agar is live in Southfield. Peggy, good afternoon. The Senate is looking to put more controls on the $700 billion bailout. Under legislation proposed by Dianne Feinstein and Olympia Snow, any firm getting money from the Treasury Department would be required to report a former Utah State trooper wanted in connection with a series of rush hour shootings in Texas shot himself. Investigators say Brian Smith is addicted to painkillers and is responsible for at least one shooting death. Governor Granholm has signed bills that will make it easier for community colleges to retain workers for high-demand jobs here in Michigan. The bills allow community colleges to enter into contracts directly with employers to provide training for new jobs. Canada is also throwing a lifeline to the automakers. Federal and Ontario governments will give the automakers' Canadian subsidiaries $4 billion. That comes to about $3.3 billion in U.S. dollars. In today's entertainment report, funny man Ben Stiller is on the mend. The comedian broke his hand while snowboarding in New York over the weekend. The 43-year-old is expected to make a full recovery long before he hits the talk show circuit to promote his new film, Night at the Museum 2, which will hit theaters in May.
Parts of southeast Michigan are under a freezing rain advisory at this hour, which is making for a slippery drive along area roads. Good afternoon, I'm Heather Catallo, and thanks for joining us for Action News at noon.
And I'm Brandon Truttling. Let's get straight to meteorologist Jeremy Eisen for the latest on what we can expect this afternoon. Jeremy.
All right, Brandon and Heather, yeah, we're talking about still some...
All right, thanks, Jeremy. We've been getting reports of accidents on several highways across the area because of the icy roads.
So remember to pack your patience and take it slow if and when you head out this afternoon. Action News reporter Peggy Agar is live in Novi with the latest on driving conditions there. Good afternoon, Peggy. Thanks, Peggy. The teen accused of killing and sexually assaulting his own sister in Highland Township is facing life behind bars. While in court on Saturday, investigators read the gruesome details of Stephen Kelsey's alleged confession. They say he confessed to stabbing his sister Jessica to death and then sexually assaulted her after the family's New Year's Eve party. Stephen sat motionless for most of the hearing and said little, only answering yes and no to the judge's questions. Stephen Kelsey is facing 2 murder counts. He's expected back in court early this week. The family is having a tough time covering funeral expenses. If you'd like to help, you can make a donation at any Chase Bank under the Jessica Kelsey Memorial Trust Fund. Some trash in Canton Township could help lower electricity bills. According to our reporting partners at the Detroit News, leaders in Canton have partnered with the owners of a landfill to harvest methane gas from the dump. Now, once harvested, the gas would be converted to electricity and fed to neighboring businesses and governmental facilities. Now, engineers estimate that the landfill has enough electricity to power about 5,000 households. General Motors has unveiled its new 2010 Cadillac SRX. The redesigned vehicle replaces the previous SRX model, first launched back in 2004. Now, GM is hoping the stylish crossover will lure buyers with its smart new design and performance features. The new Cadillac SRX will be on display at the auto show later this month.
Still to come on Action News at noon, officials are cracking down on harassment in one local community. We'll have that story.
And a barrage of explosions continued in Gaza early this morning. We'll have the latest on the violence there. Protests are flaring up all around the world today as the Israeli ground invasion pushes deeper into Gaza. Reporter Simon McGregor-Wood is on the border between Gaza and Israel with the story. Parts of Indonesia were under a tsunami alert earlier today following a series of powerful earthquakes. The first 7.6 magnitude quake and more than a dozen aftershocks hit early this morning, killing at least 4 people and injuring hundreds of others. Another quake sent small tsunamis into Japan's southeastern coast. A tsunami alert was issued for Indonesia, but it was revoked within 1 hour when it was determined the epicenter of the main quake was on land. 2 pathologists will perform the autopsy on John Travolta's 16-year-old son who died Saturday at the actor's vacation home in the Bahamas. Jet Travolta apparently hit his head on a bathtub after collapsing. Police say the son of Travolta and actress Kelly Preston suffered a seizure. A U.S. certified clinical and forensic pathologist will fly into Grand Bahama on Monday to help perform the autopsy. The family is making funeral arrangements.
Well, drivers are dealing with some freezing rain today.
Let's get to meteorologist Jeremy Eisen for the details.
Technology is changing an old tradition.
When we come back, we'll tell you the newest way to get a celebrity autograph. There used to be a time when people got excited over getting a celebrity to autograph a piece of paper or a napkin.
But these days, the new fad is getting a video shout-out from your favorite star. Reporter Ryan Owen has the story. It's not going anywhere anytime soon.
We can only hope.
Yeah, well, thanks, Jeremy. That's all the time we have for Action News at noon. Thank you so much for joining us.
Remember, the news is always on our website, WXYZ.com. Have a wonderful day.